The 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're bringing you the Houston Rockets out at Toyota Center as they face off against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, they look at this as a great chance to grab another road win. They know they're the better team and come into this matchup confident and ready to take care of business. In what could be a very physical matchup tonight, we feature two of the better rebounding teams in the league. Kenny, who do you give the edge to?
Well, fundamentals come in here to play. You know, who's boxing out? Who's got better position? It's not about just being athletic. It's about effort and smart effort.
Rebounds equals possession. In every game like tonight's, every possession matters. I want to see a Dennis Rodman type rebound. I want to see people rebounding, getting their people in the face and getting their legs up and I want to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too. Kevin Harlan would like to call that too, and he's going to do that right now.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
They played well enough to win that game. It really could have gone either way.
Yeah, though it could be a learning opportunity for them. Failed to execute on just a few key plays. It could have been the difference that put them over the top.
And some teams really struggling with injuries right now. Just how important, Chris, is depth to a team at this time of the year?
You know, depth is really important to a team, but even more so because of this reason. When you have guys hurt, what that allows is guys on the bench to get more playing time. And when they get more playing time and you get those injured players back, you know what? Those guys that were filling in, now they have experience, now they got a rhythm, and your bench may be stronger for it.
That's an excellent point. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Young is out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Mozgov in at the pivot, manning the middle. The shot by Nene, no good. Rockets on defense. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Yeah, but they could have moved the ball better as well. The shot selection, poor offensive execution.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Kev, whenever I see Trevor Ariza out there, I can't help but think of how he came into the spotlight. He went from being a role player early to becoming a major part of teams after his stint with the Lakers. He said he learned a lot from playing with Kobe.
And with Ariza, part of his progression was natural, but he knows that he made a huge jump after he played with Kobe in L.A.
Well, I thought his quote about playing against Kobe was great. I mean, he said, the first time I played against Kobe, he scored 40 on me. The last time I guarded him, he scored 35. So I guess I got a little bit better. You know what? Great sense of humor. Just glad to see it.
Now here's Williams. After D'Angelo Russell's miss, they grab their own miss, and that one drops. Anderson's got his first points in this one.
Well, he wasn't blocked out. He stayed with the play. You gotta love the effort.
Houston on D. It's a three-point game. Shoots from 12, and the shot is long.
That's a shot you see him make all the time in warm-ups. He just messed up the release there.
It's deflected.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Beverly, the pass to Ariza. And the layup is good. Ariza's got 5.
Oh, nice inbounds. You can't draw it up any better.
Picked by Mozgov. Here's Russell. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And D'Angelo Russell, you know, he had a tough time adapting to the pro game at first. I mean, you could see the talent from the moment he stepped on the court, but you could also see the turnovers and the lack of sustained hustle. I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with it's the first time in his career where he wasn't always the best player on the floor. And when you deal with that kind of adversity, it takes some time for you to adjust and grow as a player.
Now, here's Beverly. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Here's Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall. Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Young. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to Nene.
They have to be happy at least with how they set it up. Most of the time, that's a sure make.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way. So he was ready to fire.
Lakers trail by 4. Outside Russell. He dishes it to Randall from outside the arc. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Young against Beverly. Outside Williams. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Young in the corner. The pass to Randall, and there's the feed to Mozgov. Soft touch off the glass. Mozgov's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Love the assist right there. Excellent use of the bounce pass.
Now here's Beverly. Shot from the top of the key, and it comes off the front of the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Randall can't cash in from close range. Houston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Beverly with the ball. Over to the left wing. The shot by Nene. No good.
Total breakdown on defense there, but fortunately he missed out.
Ingram with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Here's Young. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Left side Ariza. Ingram with the steal. Here's Russell. A shot off that time, so Houston will take it the other way. And Beverly kicks to Anderson. The putback. Rockets trail by 3. It's stolen by Randall. Tries to keep it alive. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Yep, it counts.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Anderson outside. Ariza goes in. Just 5 on the clock. Williams can't get it to go. Lakers leading by 5. Outside Russell. Now here's Ingram, defended by Beverly. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And how about the deceptive strength of Ingram, just willing his shots in over the defense.
And Brandon Ingram out of Duke, drawing comparisons to Kevin Durant like KD. He's very rangy, very lanky for a perimeter player.
Yeah, and Ingram around 6'10" in shoes with that 7'3" wingspan. I mean, he's still, light weight-wise, much like KD was when he came in the league. Still, you don't see many small forwards with the standing reach of a center.
Takes what the defense allows, has that soft floater in his back pocket.
Russell kicks to Ingram. Back to Russell. Lets it go from 11. Again, Los Angeles.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Chris, you've been a part of some great teams that knew how to work well together as a unit. What is needed, you think, from teammates in order to make that happen?
I think you need good leaders, and good leaders are always known to be great followers. And so I think you need great chemistry. Most importantly, talent, and the talent to execute, and a coach who understands and can deliver a message and inspire. And so it's a lot of moving parts. Number one, you just have to be blessed, lucky enough to be in the right situation at the right time.
Great way to put it.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
The other angle is up to their aggressiveness on drives. They have to create the contact, maybe live at the free throw line for a while.
And here are the Rockets now. They trail by 7. Beverly dishes to Anderson, and it's Ariza in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper. Ariza's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He's gotten off to a superb start by shooting the ball extremely well from the field.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the report, David.
You know, I think he's right to be concerned about the defense they're going up against today. I mean, it's going to take some creativity for them on offense to be able to score consistently.
This is why I hope there'll be a sort of attack rather than wait to be attacked. Employ sort of a fight fire with fire mentality.
Randall no good. Rockets trail by 6. Williams, that's a 2-pointer. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Williams has got his 2nd bucket of the night. And Los Angeles guys shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Mozgov a screen on Ariza. Ingram kicks to Young. Stolen by Nene. And here comes the break. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Russell. He feeds it to Ingram. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza kicks to Williams. Williams with another miss.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
Here's Russell. Here's Mozgov. And stolen by Ariza. Nene left side. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And it's Ingram missing. Rockets trail. Here's Beverly. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And Beverly is lightning quick on the drive. Not many guys are going to be able to keep up with him when he's moving that fast.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Yeah, everything, the passing, the shooting, really got into a good scoring rhythm, and the defense did nothing to take them out of it.
And the thing about Laker fans, I mean, they've always been used to their team being the favorite to win most nights. Lately, though, it's more about the excitement that their young players bring to the game and hopefully the bright future ahead.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And thinking about the element of excitement that the Lakers bring, it's about watching their tremendous athletes who also happen to have a lot of skill, too.
Yeah, it's a different kind of showtime for the Lakers. I mean, it's the joy of watching the young guys grow up and the pain of seeing them make mistakes. One thing we can say about Tinseltown, though, it's never boring.
No. For Los Angeles, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Nance. And with more and more big men looking to shoot from outside, Chris, a lot of pick and rolls are turning into pick and pops. In your experience, which was harder to defend?
It depends on the player. If a guy can pick and pop but he can't dribble, it's easy to stop him because you run him off his spot. If a guy likes to drive, it's easy because, hey, you let him have that jump shot. But if a guy can pass and dribble, then you're in a tough position because, one, he can catch quick and shoot and knock it down. And secondly, I used to like catching it, pump faking, and attacking the basket right away. And third, after I dunk on your head, I'm going to attack, pump fake, and drive and kick it out because help has to come over to help you because the pick and pop has put you in a terrible position. So
yes.
I love the pick and pop, but it only depends. It all depends on the offensive player's skill set to determine how you play each certain individual.
Great way to put it. Here's Black. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah. Hits out that one from Ennis. Rockets trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Oh, Kevin, he positioned himself perfectly and had all the room to drop that one in. Just couldn't get it to go.
Dang can't get it to go.
They look to him to bury those kinds of shots, even with the D all over him.
And the wide open shot from Decker. Sinks the triple. Decker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Dang passes to Ennis. To the inside. Here's Black. The 10-footer finds the target. Black's got his first points of the game. And for Houston, they're shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. To the inside. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Clarkson. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Now the dish to Decker. And it's Decker with the finish.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Oh, you love it. He's just playing with the greater energy and effort. He recognizes the opening and pounces on it.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And the Lakers with possession here. Following the score by Houston.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
26 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Sloan. Clock at 6. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Clarkson, they look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. It'll count. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
Nice shot, incredible clutch performance, putting the team on his back and taking them right across the finish line.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing in the game?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
And it's why they're shooting such a high percentage from the floor. They're willing to run the offense all the way through.
Here's Sloan. Donald Sloan out there with Gordon. Then it's Decker. Then there's Harrell. And it's Capella in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Back to Gordon. Poked away. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Lakers.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
Here's Decker. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
And after all the dust had settled in the Houston coaching search, the Rockets turned to Mike D'Antoni to take over the reins. Mike D inherits a team that underachieved and is in a bit of a transition phase.
Now here's Ennis. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Nance. Rebound by Harrell.
As soon as he made his drive to the bucket, the defense jumped right in and prevented him from finishing that one.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Chris, throughout your career, you spent a lot of time down low on the blocks, and we're seeing less of that now, those post-ups that were such a primary option when you played in teams' offenses. Does that concern you? Is that good or bad?
It's concerning from this point. Kids aren't being properly coached. In the middle school and the high school level. Kids don't know how to play on the post. When you look back through the history of this game, whether it's been guards or big fellas, the post is not about how tall you are. The post is about how the closer you are to the basket, you usually have an advantage. And if you have game, then that pump fake game down there will work and get you to the foul line. And if you are a good passer, then it draws the double team. It changes the angle that the defense has to look inside and play. It helps slow the pace down sometimes in the playoffs when the game gets tough and a little bit more physical. And we can say that everybody's changed their game, but only one team wins a year. So, you know, I don't know if the trend is necessarily not there with big guys not in the post when I look at guys like Drummond, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Horford, Jordan, Zebo, the Gasol brothers. It's still a lot of post players out there, so I don't subscribe to that opinion that is less on the post. I just subscribe to the opinion that maybe coaches don't want to coach that way because guys have post game, and we just have to see if the game will change. But small ball right now is what everybody loves.
Great perspective. Lakers leading by 6. And here's Ennis. Here's Nance. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Nance has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Back to Gordon. The 15-footer. And yep, couple bounces and it falls.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Isn't that when you use your other skills like your mindset? That's just a high basketball IQ play right there. He knew he was no match inside. So what did he do? He pulled his defender out farther from the hoop.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, we've seen James Harden become one of the most accomplished in the league at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. And he makes no apologies for his style. He said free throws are a part of basketball. I'm not necessarily going in there and trying to draw a foul, but if a person can't guard you, he has to foul you. Or I'm going to score every single time. Kevin?
Maybe the toughest cover in the league, DA. Thank you.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
Well, and as a result, their field goal percentage has been very solid. A really admirable job done by them so far.
And the Rockets have a big fan base in Texas and the surrounding area. There's no doubt. But they also, Chris, have one of the biggest fan bases overseas.
I mean, well, let's be honest. The reasoning for the huge Chinese following, of course, was Yao Ming. Yao was not only an incredible player, but a huge ambassador for the sport and the Rockets. Amazing that his impact and fandom still can be found with the Rockets, even years after his retirement.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Anderson comes in for Decker. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Donald Sloan. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tarek Black. Randall comes in for Nance. Ingram, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Tyler Ennis. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. They got him on the arm, but it's still pinned. The Rockets shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Well, the crowning moment for the Rockets franchise history has to be their back-to-back titles in '94 and '95. Jordan was out of the league, and it was time to shine for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon led their team to their only 2 titles in franchise history.
Now, here's Clarkson. 6 points for him.
What a battle for that rebound there. He did an outstanding job in getting position and hauling that one in.
Anderson can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 7. And with the Rockets' pair of titles, what a scrappy group of teams those were. Drexler and Olajuwon were the stars, but everyone could play on their team.
Well, what is really wild about the '95 run is that the Rockets were a 6th seed. That was the lowest seeded team to ever win the NBA Finals.
And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. So it's the Lakers now. They've led by as much as 10. And Mozgov throws it down.
And the passing of Ingram, setting up his teammates and distributing the ball, effortless.
Anderson with the screen for Beverly. Anderson outside. He kicks to Ariza. Beverly dishes to Anderson. 4 on the shot clock. Fires for 3, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And with this quick break in play, let's take a look now and select from a group of point guards that have been killing it from 3-point range over the last 10 games. Third is Lewis Williams.
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
It's real simple. Having shooters on the floor is an important requirement for any good offense, and they have plenty of them.
Rockets trail by 11. Now here's Beverly. Anderson the screen. The Rockets with another miss. The Lakers have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And when having discussions about the Lakers over the years, one word that has rarely been mentioned is rebuild. The franchise is used to championships, not rebuilding.
And another word that they lack is superstar. You're not accustomed to seeing the Lakers without a true superstar on that roster. And they've also always been a top destination for the A-list free agents.
Chris, when you think about what you've been able to accomplish throughout your life to this point, aside from your NBA career, what have been some of your most fulfilling experiences?
You know what? I think my charities. I think working with people in the cities that I've played with and in my home of Detroit and trying to help and give back in some of those ways. I think sports-wise, of course, is high school titles, playing in college with my boys. And personally, in the art-wise, I would have to say being a producer and producing 2 songs for Nas, one of the greatest rappers that ever, walked the face of this earth. And so being able to produce 2 songs on an album like that, just a great feel. So for me, I've never been one to really to share those passions or talk about them. But, I definitely would say charity and arts. Two big passions of mine, Kevin.
Well said. Los Angeles leading by 13. Ingram kicks to Russell. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Picked by Mozgov. Ingram. Got a hand on it. Anderson passes to Ariza. Mozgov with the block. And it's the Lakers on the break. Randall's running, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That's on Lewis Williams. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Free throw good, Russell.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Young's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And so Russell hits them both.
And doing a good job from the line here in the second quarter.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Now, by this point, we all know the approach the Houston Rockets front office has taken to assemble a team has made for some great years for Houston, but they have yet to turn the corner.
And for the approach of the Rockets, a lot of it is looking for shots that are of high value, namely threes and free throws.
Well, most importantly, the players have bought in and embraced the approach. Not many players will be against a high-powered offense that gets up and down the floor.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Patrick Beverley. How last month turned out for him? He's averaging 8 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Here's Beverley. Dishes to Williams. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Strong fundamentals right there. He didn't consider the height disadvantage too long. Instead, he just went right at him and sunk it in his grill, in the face.
And for a guy with a slight frame, Lou Williams can be one of the most aggressive players in the NBA, especially when driving to the basket.
And Kevin, I call it, he's a professional scorer.
Yes.
He can get streaky hot from beyond the arc, so you have to stay up on him. He puts the ball on the deck and uses his quickness to get past you. You almost always have to foul him to prevent him from getting to the basket, and he shoots a high percentage from the line.
And after knee surgery in the summer of 2015, Mozgov's numbers fell off just a bit last season.
And you could tell that the Cavs weren't happy with his play. His per-minute numbers were actually not that far out of line with his career norms, but for a team gunning for a title, any slippage was cause for concern.
He's off on the first.
And for a guy who was never drafted, Mozgov has carved out a nice role for himself in our league.
And he's good on the second. Rockets trail by 13. Williams with the ball. He has 7. Nene right side. Fades back. He doesn't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The Lakers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. That one is off. He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 14. Outside Williams. Feeds to Ariza. Takes the three. Rebound the Lakers. Randall's got 7 rebounds in the game.
He's been able to connect here in the second half after hitting one in the first.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Los Angeles, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. And he can't get the first one.
Well, after getting to the stripe in the first quarter, he's definitely been more assertive driving inside.
That one misses. Rockets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Nene has the open look. The Rockets with another miss.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Rockets trail by 14. Over in the corner, Beverly. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Anderson. The jump hook, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Anderson's got 6. Lakers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Russell kicks to Ingram. Picked by Mozgov. Back to Russell. Off the pick. That shot misses. And Houston the other way now. Over in the corner, Williams. Inside, here's Nene. A second chance effort. And the layup is good. Nene's got 5 points now this quarter.
He truly has that unique blend of passion and skill. Does major damage on the offensive glass.
Ingram kicks to Mozgov. And Mozgov throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to Williams. He dishes it to Anderson. But he gets it back. Over Randall. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
Here's the break. Ball going up court. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Great instincts on the assist. Times that play perfect.
Harrell, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Ariza isn't a guy you build a team around, Chris, but he is a solid starter in the NBA.
And he's a guy that's supposed to get more credit for his tenacity on the defensive end. His frame and defensive fundamentals allow for a lot of flexibility from his coach. He still has fast hands and is always up there in steals when the season comes to a close.
And Kevin, plays like that really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
But that's all about going back to the fundamentals. Defensive rebounding, you got to have it, especially when you're getting waxed.
Here's Ingram. No good from outside.
Oh, he hasn't started this game on the right foot, but it hasn't slowed his team from grabbing the lead.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Young, and Young slams it home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Here is Williams after the basket by Los Angeles. Another miss by Houston.
Now, his shot hasn't been going in, and they will probably have to look for someone else to step up and provide for them.
Young for 3. The Lakers rebound. And Mozgov throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean
talk
that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
For Houston, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Decker comes in for Ryan Anderson. Gordon's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Lou Williams. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Mozgov. Nance comes in for Randall. Luol Deng is checked in for Ingram. And it's Tyler Ennis in for Russell. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Lakers leading by 16. Young outside. Another miss by Young.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Oh, no, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
Now here's Ennis. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Tries again, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Lakers have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Nance. 1:36 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Gordon. To end the drought. Offensive rebound. Capella with the bucket.
Oh, man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass, using that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunity.
Now here's Ennis. To the paint. Here's Black. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
That free throw, no good. Second free throw, no good. Rockets trail by 16. Gordon with it. And Young picks him up defensively. A three-pointer is right on target. Decker's got 8.
He's not the most prolific shooter from downtown, but someone on defense still has to check him.
50 seconds left here in the second. Ennis kicks to Nance. The high post shot. No good off the back of the rim. And for the Rockets, they're shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Sloan. And another 3 for Houston.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Lakers leading by 10.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Let's watch. Let's see what play they run here. It has to be a fast one.
Ennis kicks to Young. From the wing. Good as the jump shot falls. He has 5. Here's Sloan. He's got 7. They set the pick. Gordon outside. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That'll do it for the first half. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They dialed up the pressure quite a bit in the second quarter at both ends, and it worked out well for them as their lead grew all the way to 12 points at the break. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Rockets?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
That's it for now, as the second half is just about ready to go. We, and I mean the 3 of us, will be right here after the final buzzer.
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
He's taking his time, not forcing anything, just getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Rockets trail by 12. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ingram and Randall, the young forward tandem. Russell is out there with Nick Young, and it's Mozgov in at center. Now here's Beverly. Passes to Anderson. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Anderson's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Rockets. Now Russell. Mozgov a screen on Williams. Russell dishes to Ingram. 16 feet away. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Timothy Mozgov. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Not much else the D can do besides get a hand up. I mean, Ingram is just one of those guys who makes contested shots consistently.
Ingram's gone 3 for 7 tonight. Beverly against Young. And Beverly kicks to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here's Beverly. And here is Williams. 6 to shoot. Looking to get back on track here. And he lays it up and in. Williams has got 9 points.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Now, I can tell you this from personal experience, and that's seeing your first shot of the half go in is always a confidence boost. Let's see if they can build on it, though.
Now, here is Russell. 15 points in the game. Pass to Ingram. Now the pass to Randall. There's the feed to Russell. High post try. Randall kicks to Young. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Over in the corner, Beverly. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Randall passes to Young. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound by Williams. Rockets trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy, the players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Oh, well, they have to become more physical defensively and really commit to protecting that painted area.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's putting up about 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Here's Randall. Tries again. He lays it in. Randall's got 9.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And after his rookie year, it ended with an injury right out of the opening gate. It was great to finally see Julius Randle on the court last season.
Yeah, and when he's focused, guys, he can be a game changer. I mean, loves to attack off the dribble from the elbows, terrific spin move in traffic. And what may be most impressive about his game at this point is his relentlessness as a rebounder.
Russell dishes to Randall. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. And 12 points for Julius Randle.
If you give him the space, he can really burn you from out there.
Rockets trail by 19. Here's Williams. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
Clarkson kicks to Mozgov. Clarkson against Beverly. Randall passes to Ingram. And the Lakers get it back. Right side, Russell. They shoot again. It's good. 14 points for Julius Randle.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Rockets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Nene, the screen. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And with a quick break on the court, we've got some time to show you the list of the top rookie shot blockers over the course of the last month. Second, Brandon Ingram.
He's been a factor on the inside. An impressive stretch for him defensively.
Here are the Lakers. They're on a 13-4 run. Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 6. Mozgov a screen on Beverly. Here's Clarkson. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets trail by 19. To the inside. Here's Williams. And it's sent back by Russell. Hands with the ball is out of bounds. Clarkson touched it last. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Lakers. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Houston, they're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And when I look at the Lakers, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
Now, everybody knows it's a long season, but they've gotten off to a tremendous start. Talk about the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter. Wow.
Over in the corner, Randall. He's looking for Russell and finds him. Williams with the steal. Shot from 16. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter. Lakers leading by 14. Ingram with it. Throws it up high. Mozgov's shot is off.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop still, though. Still should have went for something better than that, though.
LA has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Mozgov. 5th in field goal percentage, 14th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
The Rockets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Nene, the screen. There's the pick. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. There's the dish to Anderson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And it's Ariza in the corner. Ariza with another miss. Lakers leading by 14. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Williams, and he makes good on the layup. Williams has got 15 points.
He's been blazing hot to begin this half after looking utterly lost during the first. Nice turnaround.
And the Lakers call time here. And we see the growth of the three-point shooting big man, the stretch four, if you will. Ryan Anderson was at the forefront, it seems, of that movement.
Yeah, especially at his volume of threes. He's never been just a secondary floor spacer. He's a go-to scoring threat with his outside shooting. And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wonder what time the bus got in last night. Their energy just isn't there. Neither is the execution. That's a smart timeout.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Tariq Black, he's checked in for Mozgov. Nance comes in for Julius Randle. Luol Deng is checked in for Ingram. And it's Ennis in for Russell. Now here's Ennis. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
From the inbound, the shot's good from Nance. 12 points for him.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Oh, you're asking me? The defense has been garbaggio. I've lost track. The D has been non-existent, and they've taken full advantage of it.
Here's Sloan. He has 7. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Capella.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Here's Clarkson. He has 6. He feeds it to Black. On the wing, Nance. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Deng. And that one comes up a bit short. For Houston, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Rockets have gone just 4 of 8 from the line tonight, hoping to move that free throw percentage up a bit. And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. Now Ennis. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Off target from three-point range.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
It's stolen by Ennis. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Sloan kicks to Gordon. Here's Sloan. He has 7. Back to Gordon. And they pick up 2. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Awesome attack toward the basket right there. This young man stays on his grind, showing his true grit and finding a way to get that one to go.
Now here's Ennis. Inside, Black. And Eric Gordon pulls it down.
And you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
In the corner, Harrell with it. Capella, the tip in on the offensive rebound. Capella's got it back down to single digits for the Rockets.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
On the wing, Dang. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Harrell. Sloan in the corner. They get it back. Capella dishes to Sloan. Houston moving the ball around. And he gets the bucket. Capella's got 6 in the quarter.
And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Ennis kicks to Clarkson. Looking to get it going, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Houston gets called for the foul.
And what a solid producer Jordan Clarkson was over those first 2 seasons. Quickly adapted to the NBA style. He was named NBA All-First Team in terms of rookies. And last year, he became a much more confident shooter. I mean, despite having to fight for those minutes as they went on that serenading of Kobe Bryant, he really, I felt like, separated himself and also established that he was going to be here for the long haul.
And he's good on the second. And talking about Clarkson's early success, some people were surprised, Greg, that he lasted until the second round of the 2014 draft. Maybe that put a bit of a chip on his shoulder.
I'm shocked he didn't go in the first round. I mean, he certainly plays with a strength and a fearlessness, especially when attacking the rim. I think he does want to prove that he should be considered one of the best young guards in our league. He's certainly one of the best young mid-range shooters at the very least.
Now here's Gordon. Larry Nance unable to get his shot to go. Clarkson kicks to Dang. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Dang's got his first 2 points. Rockets trail by 9. Dishes to Decker. He kicks it to Sloan. Feeds it to Capella. In the corner, it's Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. Poked away. Leaps for it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Dang. He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
Ennis passes to Clarkson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Clarkson's got 9 points.
Now, he's only shooting 20% to begin this quarter, and you can tell it's beginning to wear on him.
Over to the wing. Here's Decker. The Rockets with another miss. Los Angeles leading by 11. Clarkson dishes to Dang. They set the screen. Clarkson kicks to Ennis. Dang passes to Clarkson. Back to Dang. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 8 rebounds in this game. Kicks it to Sloan. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Clarkson. 9 points in the game so far. One second left. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Lakers lead by 9. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Lakers leading by 9. We've got Gordon. Clint Capella is out there with Decker. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Sloan at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. The Rocket shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. On the wing, Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
And for the Lakers, they're shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Pass to Mozgov. In the corner, Nance with it. Back to Mozgov. Lakers working the ball around now. Dang goes in, and that one good. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And stolen by Russell. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Houston making some changes. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for Sam Decker, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Donald Sloan. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Ingram, he's checked in for Nance. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Picked by Mozgov. Russell kicks to Mozgov. Young from outside drills the three-pointer. Young's got 5 points now this quarter. Rockets trail by 14. Passes it to Capella. Unloads from 13. Buries the jump shot.
After a trying first half where he struggled with the shot, he has really found his rhythm, shooting the rock in the second half.
There's Russell with the 3. Rockets with the rebound. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Lakers leading by 12. Here's Dang. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
So for the Rockets, Nene comes in for Clint Capella, and it's Williams in for Gordon. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Julius Randle's checked in for Luol Deng. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Young with the steal. And then Young with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Back to Nene, uncovered. The shot is good off the backboard.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Picked by Mozgov. Over in the corner, Randle. Here's Young, and the layup's good off the glass. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Williams against Russell. Williams dishes to Ariza. Anderson wide open. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now, here is Russell. It's Mozgov, top of the key. Back to Russell. He dishes it to Ingram. From beyond the arc, good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. 9 points for Brandon Ingram.
And when Ingram is left alone from deep, his eyes light up. His shooting is just out of this world.
And he lays in the alley-oop. And the Lakers lead by 17.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
Well, that's what we call incentive. He gets rewarded for excellent defense on that play. Great job coming up with the steal and turning it into an easy bucket.
Here's Nene after the basket by Timofey Mozgov. Nene, the pass to Beverly. Ariza kicks to Anderson. 5 to shoot. Looking to get back on track here. Can't capitalize inside. Los Angeles leading by 17. Young in the corner. To the paint. It's deflected. Here's Randall. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw good from Randall. Both free throws good from Randall. Rockets trail by 19. Williams kicks to Anderson. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him.
And completely uncovered, but just to make sure, he puts a little fade on that jumper.
Picked by Mozgov. Young, right side. To the middle. Tries to save it. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Williams. Mozgov with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mozgov. Here's Beverly. Anderson the screen. Shoots. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter. Los Angeles leading by 15. Outside, Russell. Ariza with the rebound. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
LA has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Mozgov a screen on Williams. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And so here is Houston. Beverly dishes to Williams. Back to Beverly from past the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Ingram's got 4 rebounds in this game. Nene against Mozgov. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Both free throws good from Randall.
After being a little hesitant in the first, he looked much more intent on getting himself to the strike.
And Beverly kicks to Williams. Nene, the screen. Williams passes to Anderson. From outside, off the mark. Lakers leading by 15. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Well, of course it did. The D was nowhere to be found, and because of that, he easily sprinted down the court and got an easy bucket on that one.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Anderson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Shooting for Houston, Ryan Anderson. 2 shots. That free throw good from Anderson. Both free throws good from Anderson.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Russell kicks to Young. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Williams. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And that's what Beverly does best, a quick passer who distributes the ball incredibly well.
And here's Russell. Now, here is Young. Pass to Randall. Clock at 6. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Here's Russell. No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Anderson with the ball. Now defended by Randall. And Anderson kicks to Beverly. Rejected by Mozgov.
Well, they often look to him to provide for them on offense, and he simply isn't getting the job done today.
Anderson the screen. Just 4 to shoot. Another miss by Williams.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Oh, trust me, he's kicking himself for that misfire. He knows he should have hit it after that tremendous pick gave him the necessary space to do so.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. That free throw good from Young. Here's Beverly. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Now here's Ariza, and he's way off from outside.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Williams. There's the pass to Gordon. Back to Williams. Shot, high post. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Ingram's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Young dishes to Russell. 5 on the clock. There's the screen. Here's Young. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 8th assist in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Williams. Back to Gordon. Unloads from 13. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there, since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Lakers leading by 16. Russell passes to Ingram. Picked by Mozgov. Mozgov a screen on Ariza. The feed to Randall. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Randall's got 17 points here in the second half.
And a big guy with his quickness, it's just not fair. I mean, how can you guard that?
Back to Williams. 14 feet away. That shot misses. Nice D from Russell. LA has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. The dish to Ingram. Russell kicks to Ingram. Hits the front of the rim and out. Rockets trail by 18. 3-on-3. A baseline J and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. At the line for your Rockets, Eric Gordon. At the line for 2. First free throw is good. And Gordon drops them both. 1:36 left in the fourth. Ingram setting a pick for Russell. He feeds it to Ingram. Shoots it. It's rebounded by Houston.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. We'll think better of it next time around.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Young dishes to Russell. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. That one wide left. Rockets shooting about 45% from the 4 in the fourth.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Lakers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint. And those are all high percentage shots. But the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad. And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Randall.
Well, he was obviously feeling it at the offensive end tonight. It was his energy, his efficiency, that put them over the hump in this game.
And the second free throw, good.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just 1 miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
Now here's Ennis. Dishes it to Black. He kicks to Ennis. And the shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 15.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
Well, the fans have sounded lost and disappointed, which is exactly what they were hoping to accomplish.
Count that one.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. Looking at the clock, it appears they might be out of luck.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Julius Randle. There was obviously some discussion at halftime about how to get him more involved. He completely dominated the second half.
He hit a little over half of his shots tonight. I thought he showed a lot of patience, he made good decisions, and he had good looks. Obviously, it paid off.
Sometimes it takes a special effort from one of the others to win on the road, and that's what he gave him. He played an unbelievable ball game, played smart, played in control, and got them points when they needed it. Others, baby, I love them.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see ya.
Good night.